Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's been now 1 day since Arsenal have beaten Manchester United. We're going to be talking about the main question, which is, can Arsenal win the league? I've made a video on this multiple times, but I think it's very fitting because of how many things are going on right now. Is the script going all into pieces? Everything coming into piece? We're going to all get into it. Of course, we've just played Manchester United. We have beaten them, and that means we have now passed so many of our tests. Of course, the big one that we didn't pass is the Aston Villa one, which still haunts me, man. Which still haunts me. Been losing to Aston Villa, especially at home, to our ex-manager, to our ex-goalkeeper. You know, it's one of those losses that are going to hurt, and especially when you look at the repercussions of it. I just can't stop thinking about it. You know, if only we won that game, we would have been probably winning the league. I mean, when you are getting chased by Manchester City, the margins are so small, and you just cannot afford to make any mistake. And unfortunately, we did. Now, is it going to cost us? We'll only know after the Everton game. That's when we'll know if that mistake has cost. Actually, we will know by tomorrow if the mistake has cost us. But yeah, man, when you are getting chased by Manchester City, you have to be perfect. And unfortunately, whilst we were perfect for 90%, unfortunately, that 10%, that loss against Aston Villa is what cost us. And you know, but apart from that, look, we've won all of our games. And you look at the business end of the season, we usually crumble. I do not remember the last time we went to a business end of the season and we didn't crumble. We had Chelsea, we had Spurs away, we had Manchester United away. Literally, three of our biggest rivals, Arsenal, were playing in the business end of the season. Three teams that were desperate to make a dent and ruin our title challenge, but we passed them all with flying colours. Some of them we didn't even play too well, but we still got the win, and that is something, really impressive. We have had the hardest fixtures and we've come out. Of course, it's Aston Villa result, but look, I like, if you told me that we were going to beat Manchester United, Spurs away, Chelsea, I would have been a bit shocked, because these three, football is just, it's such a complex sport, man. It's just one of those games where it's not one on paper. There's just so many things that comes into it, and hatred is one of them. And I really thought those three teams, one of them maybe could have done some damage, but we've come out. And I mean, shout out to some of our top players that stepped up doing our running. Havertz, I would have never thought of said that. Trossard, the both centre backs, Gabriel and Saliba, Declan Rice. We need our big players stepping up. Of course, not every player stepped up, but that's what's so good about having such a team that everyone can contribute, where if one player isn't stepping up, the rest of the team can step up. But big shout out to Kai Havertz and Leandro Trossard, two players that stepped up during this running, and I hope their achievements does not go unrecognized, and I hope it can be topped off with the Premier League. Now, talking about the Premier League race, we need a lot of things to go our way right now, and at the time of recording, one thing is going our way, which is, of course, Liverpool are playing Aston Villa right now, and Aston Villa are losing right now 3-1 now. Of course, this gives Tottenham some hope that they can get top four. If Tottenham were to go win the next two games, they will get Champions League, because I do not think Aston Villa will beat Crystal Palace. Now it's all on Tottenham. Their hope is there, their opportunity is there for Tottenham to get Champions League. But the truth is, at what cost? At what cost do they want that Champions League? Do they want to hand their biggest rival the Premier League in the modern era? That's a question for Tottenham fans to answer. Now, Tottenham fans, none of them want that to happen, but the fans and the manager and the players are two different things. The manager and the players want Champions League football. Big Ange came out today and said, he basically called Tottenham fans a loser fan base. He said, you guys are losers. If you guys don't want us to win, what's the point? And I completely support Big Ange. This is the first time I am 100% putting my faith in Big Ange. My faith, maybe not my faith, but my support. Big Ange has my support. All of those 11 Tottenham players that are coming out against Manchester City tomorrow have my support. I will be supporting all of them. Hopefully they can make a dent. I'm not even expecting them to win the game. Just at least get draw, do something, because Manchester City don't have a good record against Tottenham. Especially where I don't even think they've scored a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since Tottenham have moved there. So there's that hope. And Son always turns up against Manchester City. Now, if you remember in the reverse fixture when Tottenham did play Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, Spurs had no centre backs and they still came out with a draw. So there's that hope. But knowing that it's Tottenham, okay, it is Tottenham. I do not remember the last time. Like, Tottenham is one of those clubs where you just cannot rely on, because the simple is that they're Tottenham. they are Tottenham, and they will do something very Spursy. And one of those things, it could be two things: either they go and get slapped by Manchester City, or they go and they do Spursy and they beat Manchester City. I mean, that would even surprise me if Tottenham do that. But yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's come to a situation we are having to rely on other teams to help us, to do us a favour. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have that much confidence in Tottenham. I think it's just a matter of, just deluding myself with hope, rather than just speaking of facts. Because honestly, I do think the title is wrapped up. I think that loss against Aston Villa was way too much. That's so crazy to say that when you think about 17 games, or what was it, 15 games, one loss, and because of that one loss we've lost the league title. It just shows you the margins that one loss can take you out of the title race. And unfortunately, that's what we were up against, and that's something we knew. The players knew this. The players knew this again of last season, and unfortunately it cost us again. We just didn't learn from our mistakes. That's the sad truth. But of course, there's always hope. It all depends on Tottenham, because everything seems to fall into place with the Aston Villa loss. It just means Tottenham still have an opportunity to get that Premier League, to get that Champions League full spot. Now, of course, and maybe the players do maybe have that bit of thing in their mind where if they do win, at the same time they do give the Premier League to Arsenal. But I don't think the players care too much. I'll be honest, these are professional players. I think they're fine. At the end of the day, they really don't care. They're rich, they have the money, they have the houses. They really couldn't beat us. They're professional footballers. They have achieved their dream. So I'll be honest, I don't think they care too much if Arsenal win the league or not. Yeah, maybe a 1 week or two, maybe a month, they will deal with the banter from Arsenal fans. But apart from that, man, look, the professional footballers, they really couldn't care less what happens in terms of who wins the league and who gets bantered. But yeah, look, Big Ange to Tottenham, we are all behind you. Can you guys help? Can you guys do us a favour? And I think, honestly, like, if Tottenham do this, Big Ange deserves a statue built at the Emirates Stadium if we do go win that league, because he would have given us a lifeline, because right now we need a lifeline. But yeah, man, that's the end of today's video. Actually, forget that, before I do talk about the end of today's video, I saw that apparently Tottenham are facing a lot of injuries. No Richarlison, who I think have been playing well for Tottenham recently. I think he just gives them that target man up front. And of course, we already know no Udogie. But I think that big one is Richarlison, because when he has been playing recently, he has scored. I think he scored again. I'm not sure if he scored. He scored against Liverpool, I do remember. But I think Son, he's okay up front. But when you're looking at Diaz, Gavardio, Kyle Walker, it's going to be a really tough night for him. But we only hope and can pray that Tottenham do us a favour. Am I expecting much? I'll be honest, no, not at all. But it's the hope. It's the little bit of hope that I do have. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you think Arsenal can win? Do you still believe that Arsenal can win? Because right now, look, everything's falling into place. Tomorrow's going to be the big game, and I guess we'll have to see what happens then. So we'll probably know by tomorrow, by 10 o'clock UK time, if Arsenal are going to win the league or not. But yeah, man, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys hopefully in the next final preview of the Premier League against Everton. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.